If baklava and pumpkin pie got married and had a baby, this would be it. Baklava pumpkin pie. Not your grandma's pumpkin pie, I must say. There are 3 simple components to this baklava pumpkin pie. The pie filling, the crust, and a beautiful topping. Very easy though. We're gonna start with pumpkin from a can. I'm sorry, but we're gonna take some shortcuts. No one needs to know that, right? So pumpkin puree from a can. The pie filling is not too far away from what you're used to in an average American pumpkin pie. So this should be very familiar, except a little bit lighter. 3 eggs. Throw it away like your ex-boyfriend. Everybody wants to throw away the ex-boyfriend. And I get it. I get it. I'm going to tell you a secret. I don't use just any honey. I use our Greek alpha honey from Crete. And it is so delicious. So we just need 1/4 cup for the pie filling. And we're going to use some later to drizzle on top of our baklava pumpkin pie. We don't want to waste. 3 tablespoons of raw cane sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1/4 cup of unsweetened almond milk, or any milk of your choice is just fine here. And then we're gonna go ahead and add all the beautiful, homey, cozy, fallish, pumpkin-y vibes. 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon, allspice, nutmeg from my beautiful collection on our site, tiny bit of ginger, tiny pinch of salt. Mix, 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 or whisk. So far, nothing majorly different, just a lighter pumpkin pie filling, but the usual suspects, right? Mostly. You're gonna set this one aside. The topping, because we're taking some baklava vibes, is a walnut, cinnamon, and a little bit of sugar sort of topping. So I'm not gonna totally be measuring here, am I? No? Okay. Walnut, cinnamon, and raw sugar make a nice, beautiful topping. You mix this guy together. Baklava vibes. We call it a baklava pumpkin pie for good reason, because we're using phyllo dough for the crust. We find it in the frozen section near the pie crust and I think puff pastry, that sort of thing. You need to thaw it overnight and then leave it out for an hour before you are ready to use it. We're gonna carefully roll it, especially if you haven't done this in the past. It helps to put your phyllo between 2 clean and lightly damped towels. The fun thing about this baklava pumpkin pie is even if you have some broken pieces, it's not gonna matter. It's gonna look beautiful in the end. So to keep the dough from getting dry and brittly, you're just gonna need to cover it with a clean towel. If you're not sure how quickly you'll work, then make sure that the towel is a little bit damp and get ready for the magic. You need yourself one of these guys. What do you call this? A pie pan or a tart pan? More of a tart pan according to the experts. It's a tart pan, people! But you need to make sure you have a tart pan that has the bottom, a removable bottom. We're gonna go ahead and give it a quick drizzle of extra virgin olive oil and we're gonna brush that all over. When I made this pie, I impressed myself so much. I thought, goodness, next time Aunt Gertrude comes, I am feeding her my baklava pumpkin pie. I don't have an Aunt Gertrude, but maybe in the future I might. Who knows? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how. So if you're gonna work fast, no big deal, but if you're not, make sure that you're covering the phyllo as you go. Work with a couple sheets at a time. You're gonna lay them this way. Like I said, if it broke, it's no big deal. And then we're gonna go around and kind of cover the pan, kind of crisscross applesauce situation. And then we're gonna go ahead and brush with olive oil. Don't be stingy with that, but don't use too much. So just feel for it. What you want to do is just make sure that the phyllo is nicely covered. And the olive oil is gonna help cook the phyllo nicely and make it nice and crispy, which makes this baklava pumpkin pie a baklava pumpkin pie, darn it. The overhang here, don't worry about it. You actually need it because you're gonna kind of fold it over once you added your beautiful filling in. So I'll show you, just hang tight, don't go anywhere. The end result is such a wow event. You will not believe it when people give you a standing ovation. Just take a bow, it's okay. We're gonna go ahead and do more of this until we have used about 3/4 of our phyllo just to make the bottom of the pie. So a couple sheets at a time here. Because the oil will keep the phyllo nice and crispy and it will cook very nicely, it won't stick together, it'll be beautiful. So I think we're kind of in a good place with the bottom part of the crust, and we're gonna go ahead and add a good bit of this. Make sure you spread it out. You want every bite of this pie to give that pie vibe and baklava vibe at the same time. From here, we're gonna go ahead and add our pumpkin filling. Spread this party, and then we're gonna take the overhang and we're gonna fold around here. And you've covered probably most, if not all, of the pumpkin filling. A little bit more of this good extra virgin olive oil, and use a fruitier olive oil here. It won't interfere. In fact, it's gonna add such good nuance to this. So we're gonna go ahead and brush this top layer, which looks messy, but I promise you, it's gonna be glorious, baby. We have a little bit of this phyllo left, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna have fun. Couple sheets here. Maybe go one sheet at a time this time. You don't need to do anything fancy, just kind of like fold it up, ruche it up, foof it up, whatever you call this. What do you call this? Is this foofing it? You know, make it whimsical. It's gonna turn out gorgeous because these pieces that are, you know, bunched up like this are going to be crispy and they're gonna look beautiful. So one sheet at a time, kind of go around until you cover the top. Guess what happens next? You got it. You have to add this to the top of your baklava pumpkin pie. And we are almost there to take it into the oven. We're gonna add a little bit of this topping now and some later. Stick it in the oven, 350 for about 50 minutes. Whoa! It smells like heaven in here, because heaven smells like pumpkin pie. All the vibes of baklava, but then plus pumpkin. I mean, why choose between baklava and pumpkin pie? Why? When you can have both. See that flakiness, the honey, the pumpkin, the walnut vibes. Damn, it's good. I'm tripping. And if I may say so myself, you might want to try to make my real deal baklava right here on the channel. Next video. You don't want to miss it. Grab the recipe for baklava pumpkin pie over on themediterraneandish.com. I will see you later. Ciao.